Greetings everybody, welcome back to Motorsport Manager. It is time for the second half of the year to begin in Milan. I'm expecting good things here from us, a fast track, a track that is quick, so we should be able to get lots of good practice results in, and also it's just, it goes by quicker, I think, than a lot of the others. Let's see what we've got in store. 12-hour fix, Aaron Andrews. Ugh. So these are really getting annoying. And I think I may just start alternating drivers just because of how much that question is coming up. It's just, it feels like it's a built-in negative. Anyway, Caroli pushed to his limits. Won with Menezes finishing third. 5 pit stops. None of them were super fast, but we didn't make any mistakes. That was really a key to that race. Of course, we could use the auto. I'm just going to see how that works. And then I'm probably just going to want to switch it. Yeah, because I don't want Dryaklov out there. That's not the best solution. Okay, so let's switch out with what we have here and then see if there's anybody new we can hire. Up to 78. I think that's probably better than an 18, even with better stamina. And James is ready on the other side. So that's the jacks. Then we got to work out the people on the track, and Ebert should be ready to go back out. Goodman is ready, 19 and 78. And yeah, I think it's pulling out people that I don't know that I necessarily would pull out. Lemons definitely needs to sit. Okay, so we're gonna stick there, I think. We can get a rear jack 19, a front jack 19. I don't see any need for you. Or for you. We can get an 18 tires, 19 rear jack. You don't add anything. Yeah, I think we could pick up that that tire employee if we needed them, but we don't need them now. We've got a 19 on the rear. If we could get a 19 on the front, I might be interested, but, well, Geiger's there. And we have Lemons, but not quite. No, so he'd be better on the front as a backup than Boggs. Only 71 stamina, though. You know what? I think I'll leave him out there as an option. I think that's how I want to play that. And we're working on a suspension. More sponsors coming in. That'll be interesting. And yes. Brakes matter as well, and that's not really a thing for us, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to eat whatever pain we feel with the brakes. And let's see how much longer. So we're not going to be able to get that second suspension in, which means we just want to get this one good enough, which is not going to require a whole lot. No, I think 5, and then we'll end up probably knocking that down some later. So let's really boost these, the engine and the spoiler up as high as we possibly can. Menezes wants to improve the skills. Heard from a contact inside Team HWA they're working on improving drivers' first lap performances. I've been analyzing my telemetry with some of the mechanics. They say there are a couple ways in which I could improve. So should I work on improving my starts, or should we concentrate on my braking? That's actually a good question. But I think overall that first lap is so vital, but the braking is going to help over the entire race. You could go either way on this. I'm going to go with braking, though. That's a nice opportunity. So let's just check on how we're doing here. That would max it out. And I think I'm going to stick at 5 for now. Let's go a few more days. All right, really happy about our first place. And do you want to choose a vote? I don't. Not where we are sitting. We're going to win the title. Let's go a few more days. And the chairman says, happy about our team markability. That's good, even though the recent press interview didn't go as well. 40 laps, 3.7 miles, almost 2 minutes. Oh, that's longer than I thought it would be. 40% chance of a rain. Suits cars with strong engines. And our improvement has us closing the gap a bit, but still second. 10th overall. Spoilers still first. Okay, we only need to get another 6% out of that. I'm still sticking with 5. Let's get that suspension, and I believe that's our last one. Whoops, let's take a look at this. RMR expected to perform well. Crowley odds on to follow up his win with another win in Milan. I don't know about that. Car is expected to perform very strongly, though. The mood is buoyant. We're looking forward to another great weekend. Fair enough, but I'd still put my money on Menezes. And Sport Team Rosberg not expecting to do well. 85%, that's enough. I'm going to put the second one out there and jack everything we can into that. So we're done working on our performance for now, but we got it up quite a bit higher. And we're going to have one suspension improved. Not a key part, but it will still help. Now, where do we want to go next for parts? We'll just go with the cheaper one, I would think. I think we're already there on the suspension. Yeah, we're already where we want to be on that. So it's brakes or gearbox. And brakes are cheaper. Both are about the same time. You know what? Let's look at the calendar. Here's Milan, so maybe going down to Singapore, we would have brakes. Singapore would be brakes, and then nothing there. Brakes again. Gearbox for the final race, by which time it'll already be well in the hand. I don't think it matters a whole lot. Let's go brakes. Plus 20 deceleration. We'll start there. And 3 days to go. Yeah, I don't want to change anything else. And we're at 4-star. We got a 5-star offer before all that. Second or above for 26 races. We got 18 races with an upfront payment. 14 races, fixed pay per race. That would be a better deal. 1.5 million a race. That would be very nice. Of course, second or above is a big target. Big target. But as well as we've been doing, is that really a wrong thing? And I don't think it is. We're expecting to go more with this for a bonus deal, but still. You know, it really doesn't make any difference at this point. But let's set them up with a strong goal if they succeed. That's the big question. If they succeed, it would be if we succeed, but again, we're only going to have a few more races. So finishing first or second, a high target, but I think it's probably worthwhile. It'll actually make money this race if we accomplish first or second in both objectives. Okay, 23 degrees. Soft or medium. More likely to be medium. I'm going to split these. Because on the other hand, it's pretty short. It's 40 laps. We're going to get through them quickly, low wear. We'll just see how that goes. Meanwhile, I'm going to yank that out. Already up to 67% there. We are going to add in that suspension. Right there. So we'll put Menezes there. Cairoli up here. That makes them both happy. Estimating third, estimating 7th. And off we go. It's time for Milan's practice. Almost a kidney-shaped track. And from what I remember, this one is second only probably to the oval at Phoenix. In terms of just if you need if you've got the speed to pass somebody on the track, you're going to be able to pass them. Getting caught in traffic is a virtual non-issue in Milan. It's all about who's got the fastest car, and to some extent the best pit crew and tire wear. That's what's going to make the determination. So I think it's going to be enough of a track. We're going to start out on softs in qualifying. Switch that up. Menezes is already on the right idea, and he's driving pretty well. Svaneborg below average to begin us. And of course, this is the last of our speedway tracks for the year, so we'd better enjoy it. See, there's the optional really short cutoff here, but I don't think I've ever done this track when it did that. Maybe I haven't, I just don't remember it. That little jog there, never a big fan of it. It seems to break up the normal routine. Yeah, you probably should run longer ratios. Both drivers form declining, so that's not something I'm super happy with. Gustavo quite fast compared to the other cars. Svaneborg wants the ballast in the front. And we'll go around one more time. But yeah, 148. Likes the cornering balance. I still expected this track to be a little bit faster than that, but get around it pretty quick. And if you consider less than 2-minute tracks and only 40 laps, it's still going to be one that we are not spending a huge amount of time here. The overall race will be much shorter than we usually see in the hour-and-a-half to 2-hour range. It'll be more like an hour 15, something like that. 90% setup. And then if we look at our wear, yeah, I mean, I think one of them has the extended medium, so we'll probably have one driver go on the extended medium and then the other one run 2 softs. Okay, so basically, I think we want, let's go a little bit higher speed, and then we definitely want more here. And leave that be. For now, it'll throw a little bit off, but not too concerned about it. Switch over to mediums. And in comes Svaneborg. Another strong setup. We're not doing too bad. At 90 and 87% for the first try is outstanding. Let's go with about there. And I'm going to assume we want to go on the speed side. Race trim. Medium tires. That'll take you a bit. Let's speed this up. So my goal here, of course, is to get level 3 trim across the board. We're at 1.5 on the softs in qualifying. We'll return to those once we knock out the mediums and race trim. Weather, not expected to be a problem. Doesn't like the ballast changes. Menezes does like the speed changes from the gearbox. A little bit more softs than mediums out there on the track, but pretty similar. And Tomzik going faster than Menezes. Not too surprising considering their engine still is better than ours. It will be the best competition for sure. I believe they're RMG. They certainly are. Both drivers liking the handling. Yeah, and the tires warming up just so slightly on mediums at 22 degrees, and it's going to be 23 on average for the race. Mediums are definitely the better tire for the temperature, but softs won't be terrible, and on the other hand, the speed obviously going to matter. If we've got to stop once anyway, you can see it's so easy to get by here. You don't get stuck behind faster or behind slower cars. It's just not a thing that happens. And there's level 2. Okay. Where are we? We're coming up close on this. And both drivers going to come in anyway. So, okay. We'll have Menezes switch over, and then hopefully Svaneborg may have to send her back out on what we already have. Okay. So we're up to 94%. We know what we need to do to get the handling right, but we made the cornering worse. Went from great to good. So let's work down the speed to there and give that a shot. Qualifying. Max out your laps. Switch to softs. Actually, might as well switch back to those. Doesn't really matter, but we don't want to push the other tires too much. Having lots of them available for qualifying, not going to hurt us. Yikes. We made a big mistake on our ballast, dropping it all the way down to 75%. But let's see what we did elsewhere. Handling we don't have to worry about because we were right on it. We were great and down to good. So we actually do want a little bit more acceleration. And then we want to go the other way on the cornering. Lower speed cornering. Okay. Let's just start there. Drop the acceleration more. And then, of course, we'll need to drop it again. I think one more tick here. And let's try that out. And the race trim is not quite there. So you're going to stick with what you have. Svaneborg will go out and come right back in. she's driving outstanding right now. Menezes' form has also moved up. She likes the car better. So does he. Even though he's dropped to 5th, that's still within 0.2 seconds. We're not doing huge gaps here. Okay. We still didn't get really where we wanted to. 95% is better. Switch. Qualifying. Switch. Soft tires. We're okay. And then very poor, and then good. So I think we keep pushing it higher. Let's try that. Now we just need to get our level 3. Menezes' form dropping some, but he's putting up some nice speed here. Threatening to take the top time. And he does. Narrowly getting back in front of Tomzik, but only temporarily as Glock steals it back. So we'll need to do some more setup adjustment for, I think, qualifying, but we're definitely looking good here. We're going to get level 3 on everything. Can't ask for more than that. And again, very, very competitive at the top with some of these times. So I'm expecting a really tight qualifying battle. It'll be important to manage that well. Give ourselves the best possible chance at it. And we did hit our level 3s. So everything is wonderful. We should be at least in the mix to get at the top there for qualifying and get that money bonus. Well, we got a couple reserves just happy to get to race, except for Spengler and Silvestro should not be reserves. We've got a fan saying we're the coolest. Good weather per usual here, and a lot of money on the line. And we're maxed out with soft and qualifying. But we're not maxed out with this, that's for sure. Okay, so just start from the beginning. Okay, poor, so that's wrong. Good. And then great. So I think we just need to get this all the way down to that low speed marker. And we know where that is. And that one as well. So a little bit more on the acceleration. And the handling is there. Okay. Need more on the handling, but not that far. Just need a little bit more that way. Yeah, and that's not going to help it. That's too far. But I want to be about there. If we drop... I like that. Maybe come back just a bit. Nope. I like that right there as a good option. Okay, and then here we just got to get the speed back. And we had it. There. So we just need that little bit of acceleration while maintaining this if we can. So I got to bring that back a little. Preferably about there. I don't know that I can do better than that. I'm going to stick with it. Okay, so there's our setups. Now in terms of time, we're not going to be able to get in 3 tries. We can get in 2. So I think I want to just do a start and I think I've got time for 1 start and stop, both drivers, and then get out there for 2 sets. It might be cutting it a little close, but I think I can make it. So 148 flat, obviously the time to beat, and I'm sure we'll see some cars down around the 147 mark. And since Cairoli's first there, I think we want to send him out right away. Beautiful, 99%. Just switch tires and go. I don't think I can afford to have Menezes sitting here very long. He's also at 99%, so we nailed both of those adjustments. But I think we've really got to get out there or else we're not going to get in that second run. Which means it's going to be a little bit iffy hitting the tires. But I'd rather save more time for the second run and be more cautious then. Cairoli driving strong and Menezes solid. Bring that back a bit now. Hoping there's enough of a gap between them. I think I did it about right. That we can really hit this. Come on. Down, down, down. We just barely kept that in line. You can see the brake temp's almost there, but not quite. Okay, 6.8 and 6.5. Can't ask for any better than that. You see Ericsson 146.3, by far the fastest. Let's see if we can approach that at all. Up a couple more in that range now. Wickens and Nico Carey. And Cairoli about a quarter second slow. Menezes much closer. He could be up in that range, possibly. Cairoli not losing nearly as much time on the second sector. I definitely miscalculated the time here, I think, because I don't think I'm going to get a second run at this. And Cairoli coming in 6th. But no, I don't think he's going to be, I don't think we're going to be in time, so. Menezes 6th, Cairoli 7th. And that's it. Well, that's an unfortunate development. I'm not sure where my, sort of quick mental math was off on that. Thankfully, it doesn't matter that much. We're still going to be up close enough to the top, but we're just not quite there. And it obviously would have been better if I'd gone out later. If I'd gone out on a substandard setup, that wouldn't have mattered. I would have had to firm it up before the end of practice, whatever. We are going to be as ready as we're going to get. And yeah, there's not enough time. Looks like Kari might be setting a new best time here. Not quite. Up to second. Wickens, Kari, Tomzik, all within a tenth. Now we're between quarter and 3/10 back, which I'm okay with that. And we have fans excited, Green happy, Wickens excited about there. RMR will never hold a candle to Timmix Racing, darn straight. And very warm, they say. It's not that warm. All right. So softs and race trim for Cairoli. Menezes is going mediums. Light-footed on the mediums and the race trim. So he's going to go without stopping at all for the second time this year. And hoping that'll find him into the winner's circle, which it very well may do. Whoops. Let's knock off that one lap of fuel. Of course, no changes to the car setup required. There'll be lots of good opportunities for using the speed burst. We're going to go neutral on the tires, but we'll definitely burn the fuel. And the fuel is supposed to not burn that hard on this one. Wickens at 9, Kari at 10. 8 and 9. Green at 8. Menezes also 8. But Cairoli down there in 6. So lots of drivers looking strong for this weekend. We'll start with Menezes here. 23 degrees, and those tires are going to just pretty much stay where they are, I think. Cairoli in 9th. So we're having, if anything, a little bit of a difficult time keeping pace here at the beginning. Yeah, 7th and 10th now. Maybe things improve as the other cars burn themselves out. Maybe they don't. Of course, Cairoli needed a fast start and is not getting it. He'll have to switch down to push already. Now he's starting to move up. Menezes battling with Green, and Cairoli trying to join that. 3 wide into the chicane. Okay. Seventh and 8th after the first lap. And Menezes appears to be right there with Toraman. and trying to find a way by. And we're going to have to go down to neutral now for Cairoli the rest of this lap, and then he'll need to conserve. Meanwhile, Gustavo can keep going after it because he's not being aggressive on his tires. He moves up to 6th. And as the other cars have to back off their tires, he's just going to get stronger. There's Cairoli making a move. 6th and 7th. Looking a little bit better. We had a collision further back. Looks like nobody's going to get penalized for it. All right, we'll switch back to a lap of high. And you know what? No, go back to conserve. I don't think we're going to have enough tire for you to fry them. So, of course, we'll be waiting till about lap 20 for Cairoli to pit, and Menezes is not going to pit. Fifth and 6th. We seem to be doing pretty well for ourselves in the overall comparison. And given what the track is, I'm just going to speed things up here. Van Hoer caused a collision, couple of drive-in penalties. And now we'll switch back to medium. Both drivers at around that 1.8 mark. We can go back up to neutral with Cairoli. Menezes looking for a way past Vitoris. He's got the speed, which means he's going to eventually get by. There it is. Wow. And they're flagging Menezes for that one. Vitoris not happy. Or rather, Menezes not happy at all, and I'm not happy with it either, because he was looking great. And he's still looking good. But now he's got to come from behind. Oh, and Vitoris flagged as well? That's lovely. They flagged both of cars. Meanwhile, Cairoli is up to 4th. Now, I don't know that we're gaining fuel back as quickly as I want. Now, he's driving 8.7, Menezes 7.4. That drive-through penalty is going to hurt us, but not by a huge... Yeah, and this is not the best place to use that. I think I actually might want to use it around after this next turn. Yeah, I think that's probably about as good a place to use it as any. Cairoli pushing, and Menezes gets past Rusinov. He's working his way past Vitoris. Watch them crash into each other again. It's just really aggravating that we're doing so well. And basically that time he's going to save from that pit stop, well, it's gone now. They almost hit there. And now around this corner then I'm just going to burst again. Looks like he's got it anyway, but... So Menezes up to 20th as he gradually looks to work his way up through the field. He hasn't lost much time on the leaders. He's going to pass a bunch of cars because of the pits, but I'm not sure how well he's going to do with this. Meanwhile, Cairoli hanging out behind Spengler, a battle for third, even as Wickens and Tomzik go after the lead up front. This is the end of lap 8. And yeah, he's going to have all kinds of tire. I think I can afford to have him push if he needs to. Cairoli now fading a bit behind Spengler there. And finding the passing a little bit more challenging on this track than I remember. That's for sure. On the other hand, give him a little bit of a boost there to just get in front. And that picks up a spot. So I think I want to watch along with Menezes here. Let's speed it up, though. As Cairoli is just sort of locked in place a little more. There we go. Nice burst getting Menezes up to 17th. Gradually working his way up. You know what? I think I do want to give him a push on the tires. Just get by and not waste time behind these drivers. I don't want to give it a lot. Let's go neutral there. Another spot. So he's definitely working his way up now, all the way up to 13th. And pretty much holding his distance behind the leaders. A little burst there by Suri to pass him, but then Menezes not giving it up. Still not giving it up. Cairoli not far back. And Tomzik takes the lead. Look at that counter burst there by Spengler again. Keeping him away. See how much energy Spengler has right now. Actually has more than Cairoli does. It looks like he's got enough to hold us off. Just barely. Best lap of the race wasn't enough. A collision at the back. Drive-through penalty had put them further off the pace. And Menezes would really like to get by DuPont here, although there's only about a 2-second gap ahead, so that wouldn't be a huge amount. Still, let's see if we can make something happen. Nope. That was perhaps a bit wasteful. And a locking up there doesn't help. But he's going after it here. I think he's going to get to 12th. There it is. Remains to be seen whether he can hold that, but probably does. And Cairoli now with more energy than Spengler and not very far behind. We'll have to back off to conserve before too much longer. I think this is the time to go after it again. There we go. He pulls in front. He's got that third position if he can hold it. Solid driving. Menezes still above average, not as great as it was earlier. But he's looking to slowly track down Tambay, who is next. And there's only 2 cars ahead of him on medium tires. And his are looking much better than theirs are. Rusinov's not bad either. Might have the same ability. And I still think it's not out of the question that Menezes wins this race. If you look, he's about 4.5 seconds now behind Toraman in 9th. Everybody else has to come in and pit. And on this track, pitting costs you a lot of time. As, of course, we found out with that penalty. So yeah, I think it's time for a speed burst here for Gustavo and pick up some more positions. Lap 16. There's a double pass. It didn't look like it was going to initially happen, but it does. And now Toraman just over 2 seconds ahead. Menezes up to 10th. He has lost some time now because Tomzik has taken over the lead and is pulling away. Cairoli is holding off Spengler, but that's all that we can say. So given that, use some speed. He's not far behind Wickens now, so he's going to be sort of caught between the two. And, you know, there's only a couple laps before we're going to come in. Let's just use a little bit of conserve here. See if we can hold this off, and if we can't, we'll live with it. And that little bit there might be enough. It's enough for now, anyway. Menezes in 9th. Going after Toraman now, and Cairoli does lose the spot to Spengler, and immediately complains about being behind for 5 laps. Oh, that's a joke. Looking for the way by is Menezes, and he'll find it soon. There we go. Uses the burn to get by, and now once again, the highest running medium car. And in will be coming Spengler. Cairoli will wait a lap. Moves up to 2nd. Wickens stays out. I'm wondering about staying out another lap, but I'm not going to. Let's make the stop. Overall, I think we're in roughly the right place. And who'd we lose a spot to? Oh, Tomzik came out of the... and was in front. So that's interesting because obviously it'd make it very difficult to catch Tomzik. Being on the medium tires. Here's our one pit stop of the day. 10.3. And comes out in 11th. Let's go ahead and push some here. And also use a bit of speed to stay out in front of Tsunoda. Cairoli in 11th will be working his way back up. Menezes up to 3rd and should get 2nd. It does look like Tomzik has the fastest car. So if Tomzik wins, that's okay. Let's go by here if we're going to put... Oh, come on. Get it. Yeah, we've got to move back to neutral. We did get up to 10th. Might have been worth it. All right, here we come with a stop. Speed things up again. Menezes in 2nd. Tomzik with the fastest lap of the race and ahead of us. So Tomzik is going to be the winner. Right now, 1st and 8th. So we'd be tied right behind them, and I have to think, Suri repairing, I have to think that we're going to move up with Cairoli, which would give us the race win overall. I like our odds of it. And I want to... Come on. Really in some traffic here, but I have nothing to give him. Yeah, he's falling back to 9th. Let's just conserve for a bit. We'll come back to this. DuPont isn't going to stay ahead of us. Wickens probably does. Keep Cairoli off the podium. And overall, yeah, 9.9, 9.8 for Tomzik. Fastest engine on the track, and he's also driving very well. Menezes only at 4, Cairoli at 3.8. Not going to be able to compete under that circumstance, and already the tires are quite a lot lower. See if we can get to the inside there. I think Cairoli has it. And that's up to 8th again. Wickens will move up through the field, as will Spengler. And Cairoli will be looking at following them and finishing maybe 5th. So Menezes still would have won this race, I think, without that penalty. But that drive-through penalty opened the door to Tomzik. Cairoli now in 7th. There's no point in using the speed burst, I don't think, to chase down Wickens at this point. We actually are driving faster than Wickens, so maybe we've got a shot at that. Although that's partly because like there's a Glock in there holding things up, but let's take advantage of that. Tomzik setting a new fastest lap. Yeah, and the distance just grew there, so I'm like, we'll hang on to our speed boost. We need to find a better spot than that for using it. And there's Wickens going by. Or was. Yeah, Wickens did go by, in fact. Cairoli is starting to drive better. Glott goes into the pits now. So we'll again hold on. Just sort of wait and see what's happening here. We got Kari behind, not so much worried about that. It's Wickens and Spengler ahead. Tormann's going to be pitting soon. Menezes pretty secure. Right, going to be about where I want him to be on the tires, so I don't have any tire usage to push. Okay. Now, Cairoli, it's all down to whether you can beat Wickens or Spengler. And RMG is going to finish ahead of us right now. It's a question of... I mean, they seem to clearly be establishing themselves as the number 2. So are we going to be able to pull away from them at all? Switch back here. Let's have you go for it, Cairoli. Looks like we closed the gap, but that's it. And Menezes driving worse and worse. And falling further and further behind Tomzik, who's not driving as well, but certainly doing it well enough at this point. Cairoli up to 6.6. Yeah, not going to have a better chance. You can hit the gas and go right on by. There we go. Up to 4th. And that would give us the lead. Because was Wickens their second driver? No, was not. Their second driver must have pit, and I sort of wasn't paying attention. Ericsson? Nope. Can't figure out who it was. Yeah, that's Rosberg. Ah, Toraman must be. Nope. Weird. I don't remember who RMG's other driver was. Not Spengler, is it? Oh, it's Kari. Okay, Kari did recently take a second pit stop. Okay. So a bad pit strategy by Kari, who will move back up. But still. Right now we're the race leaders. And while I was blathering about with that, I got Menezes to overrun his fuel allowance. And meanwhile, Cairoli is looking to get by Spengler. And that would really, you know, just put the hammer down on our win. Getting both of them on the podium behind the runaway Tomzik would be very nice. I think maybe after this one, and might be able to burn some fuel later. Okay, yeah, go ahead and do that. Burned through some of that power. You know what? We'll just wait another lap. Your brakes are getting interesting for you, aren't they? We're not too far away here. We probably don't want to burn fuel in that case. And we've got Wickens now trying to come up from behind on Cairoli. Come on. Want to hold it here without using my speed burst so that I can... Yeah. There we go. Now. Well, I didn't quite get there. That sucks. Went for broke and missed it, and probably should have paid more attention to the fact that Cairoli isn't driving that well at the moment. Menezes almost 12 seconds off the lead, losing ground to Spengler, but hasn't lost everything. Spengler's tires are worse. And frankly, so are Wickens. So that should be an advantage. I still think Cairoli should be able to get to third position. But should be able to get there and actually doing it. Potentially two different things. Does have some fuel to use. I want to save up some more power. Spengler has a lot more to use and is really burning. Yeah, they're burning the tires. Okay, let's go for a brief bit of conserve here. I want to make sure I have enough tires for the end of the race. Let's go there. Okay, now right behind is Wickens, so that's a risk. I'm thinking about lap 38 is when I want to pull the trigger. And we'll get another burst here, just to use it. Cairoli is holding off just fine, but now look at the gap that's opening up with Spengler. On the other hand, Spengler's got mechanical problems and is down to 21%. I think I'm just waiting for that gap to close back up, because it really should. Same amount of power boost. Cairoli up to 6.8. And now he's starting to close the gap. I just don't think Spengler should be able to hold us off with tires that are at what now? 18%. We're going to really start to see. We're catching up now. Question is, when do I pull the trigger? And I think I just need to keep catching up and use it on the final lap. That was a bit imprudent. See what our gap is here, though. I really don't care what happens to Menezes. Ugh. No, you're not supposed to fall away like that. You're catching now, but go high and burst. Get by. For Pete's sake. Slow this down. I can't afford to go high for much longer. Yeah, I've got to drop back down to medium. I think I'm just going to blow it. Come on, Cairoli. Just looking for any kind of edge here. Yuck. Oh, I should have beaten him too. Oh well. It's hard to cry over second and fourth. Kari up to 10th. We still edge out RMG. We don't beat them by very much. They were a worthy rival to us, at least on the speedway tracks. The last couple of them. And really the reason we won this race is superior tire strategy, the extra pit stops by Kari. Tomzik was the best one. And, of course, the penalty that didn't help. So, there we are. Lots of penalties. But Menezes does come in second, 12 seconds behind. Spengler 23, and just a little bit further behind was Cairoli. Menezes in first, Cairoli second in the overall standings still, but Tomzik up to third. And 102 points. So yeah, we've still got quite a ways to go to get a 3-race lead, and if RMG continues to hang around, maybe we won't quite get there. Say he's being carried by Team RMG, and not really. He was strong engine, but he also drove a little bit, quite an outstanding race. And 150 miles an hour tussles, says Toraman. Life in the midfield can be fun. Glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed being further ahead. Well, once again, no boost, so Menezes stuck close there. 6.1 from Cairoli, a little below his season average, while 5.8 is above Menezes. A little bit of boost to markability. Everybody's going to be happy, and yeah, we still lost almost 600K. The car remains up to 10th, so we're gradually climbing up there. Only have 5 races to go now as we slowly tick down the end, and just under double what RMG has. They do really seem to be emerging as our top rival, and the one that we need to battle to get this thing clinched. Next step is Vancouver, so we'll be off to Canada when I return. Till then, thanks for watching, everybody. Motorsport Manager will continue.